Yo, what's up? What's up? How's everyone doing? TCK Gaming says, "What's up, dude? How you doing, man? How you doing? How you doing?" Apple Ricky says, "What's up, dude? How's everyone doing?" Dominic Sinclair says, "Hey, bro, watching Godzilla films. Awesome. Godzilla's sick, bro. I love Godzilla. I like those new Godzilla movies that came out like 10 years ago by Gareth Edwards." Apple Ricky retracted her message. Dylan Mealy said, "Hi, what's up, Dylan Mealy? How you doing? If you're new here to the channel, please like and subscribe to Hollywood Horror Film Club." Judith Judy says, "Hola." Judith Judy says, no, where did he go? I was just taking care of some stuff real quick on my other phone. I also gotta upload the live stream to the story, to my Instagram story. Um, but yeah, I'm right here, Judah Judy. Glad to see you here in the live again too as well. Apple Ricky says, "Tell your sister I said thank you for subscribing to my channel." Hell yeah, awesome, yeah. Hey, Apple Ricky, could you subscribe to hers back too as well? Apple Ricky, can you please subscribe back to hers as well? She's gonna be posting a lot of acting stuff there soon too. But yeah, TCK Gaming says, "Loki, forgot I had you open in a different tab. I heard the fire alarm and I was like, oh, what is that?" I know, man. I gotta get rid of that fire alarm thing, but I haven't had the chance. Judah Judy says, "Hello, Theo. How you doing? How you doing, Judah Judy? How you doing? How'd you spend your what is it Sunday today?" Everyone in the chat right now, let me know how you spend your Sunday today. Let me know. Apple Ricky says, "I did subscribe. Awesome, awesome. That's so cool. Everyone, let me know how you spend your Sunday today. Let me know and keep smashing the thumbs up right there. Let's keep smashing that thumbs up right there." Damn, my voice is kind of sore. But yeah, let me see. Let me just do this quick. Upload this to the story on Instagram. Yeah, my bad. I took long. My bad. I took long. Judy Judy says, "I spend my day with my Guatemalanness and my natural heat. Awesomeness. Awesome. That's awesome. That's cool. It's hot as hell here in LA too as well." Let me see. Let me just upload this quick. Dominic Sinclair says, "I played video games and was watching a bunch of old Godzilla films." Awesome, bro. Awesome. Hell yeah, I like the old Godzilla films. They're badass. Hey, Dominic Sinclair, did you send me a script in my email? Cause I got some like invite to join this website. It's like a script typing website, But I haven't made an account yet. So Dominic Sinclair, let me know if that was you, bro, because it says your name on it. Let me know if that's your script. TCCK Gaming says, "My voice is a little sore too. Laugh out loud. The reason is because I went to the Minecraft movie yesterday. Theater was really loud." Oh, that's cool, bro. That's cool. I haven't had the time to go to the theater right now, man. I just been going. If you follow me on Instagram, I just been going to like concerts and just like parties with friends and stuff right now. I'm starting to go to parties again. Apple Ricky says, "Say one of Ronnie's lines from Rob Zombie's Halloween." "Judith, I'm gonna be late." That's probably like the most best one I could do. Dominic Sinclair says, "I haven't sent you the script yet." Yeah, really? Are you sure? Because it's serious shit. It says Dominic Sinclair. But if it's not you, that must be a sick ass coincidence. That must be a crazy ass coincidence. As hell, dude. As hell. But yeah, feel free to send me the script whenever you're ready, man. No worries. Let me see. Let me just put this on my story. Now get some more viewers from Instagram. Give me a second. Give me a second. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there. I'm gonna get into the horror talk right now. There you go. Yeah, but it's all good, man. Yeah, like I said, send me the script when you're ready, bro. Send me the script when you're ready. Oh yeah, we're up to 13. Let's keep it going up, y'all. Let's keep it going up. I've been redecorating the room. Check it out. Check it out. We got some Texas masks right here now today. Got some Texas masks right here today. I think it looks a little better. Looks a little better. Gotta change it up a bit, And I've been really getting into Leatherface and Jason recently. Those fools are badass. Dominic Sinclair says, "I'll send you the script to you today, probably." All right, cool, bro. Feel free whenever, man. Whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready, bro. Whenever you feel that script is ready to go, just throw it my way over here. Hell yeah. It's gonna be cool as hell. I can't wait to read it, yo. Can't wait to read it. Can't wait to read it. All right, cool. We did all that now. Yeah, but that was tight, right? Just trying to get the shot a little better so we can see more of the masks. Kind of want to show my Leatherface masks. They look pretty sick. Yeah, but hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, what's everyone doing right now? What's everyone doing right now besides watching me? Are you guys munching it, eating something, or like playing video games or watching another movie? Let me know right there. Let me know. Let me know in the chat right here. What else are you guys doing today? Is anyone out for spring break yet? Apple Ricky says, I'm chilling, sick. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I'm just chilling too right now. It's freaking hot as hell. It was cold in the morning and then it's freaking hot later on in the afternoon. I don't get it. TCK Gaming says, I already had spring break. Oh, okay, crazy. Damn, you already had spring break? That's crazy. You already passed that. You're back in school. Judith Judy says, my hubby is helping do something awesome. That's cool. That is tight. Yeah, I'm just chilling here in this hot ass room right now. I don't even have air. I don't even have a fan anymore. That sucks. I got air conditioner, but it's too loud. Apple Ricky says, I want spring break again. Damn, you already had spring break as well? Damn. I bet school's boring, yo. I couldn't picture myself going to school nowadays. That shit just seems boring. It seems boring as hell. It seems freaking boring as hell. Yeah, man. Hell yeah. Apple Ricky says school is ass. Yeah, dude, it is boring. It is boring. The only cool parts are probably like PE and like if you take acting class, like drama and stuff like that is pretty cool. Art, football's cool too. That's about it. That's about it for me. I liked horror movies more. Yeah, but this shit looks cool right here. The background looks pretty sick too. That freaking the pumpkins right there. Dominic St. Clair says, I like the Universal monster crossovers with Godzilla, like King Kong, Frankenstein, and Wolfman. Yeah, that's pretty sick, right? Those old school Universal monster movies, the crossovers, like when you would have like freaking what is it, Frankenstein versus Wolfman and stuff like that, you know? That's old school, bro. That's where they got the idea for Bride of Chucky and stuff from those old school Frankenstein movies. Remember Bride of Frankenstein? They were already doing that back like in the 30s and stuff. Judy says, my husband is buying me face paint. Well, what is the face paint for? Are you gonna like paint your face like a skeleton or something? That'd be interesting. That would be interesting as hell. That'd be interesting. Ah, yes. Judy says yes. Yes. That's fun. That's pretty funny though. That is pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah, but I've been hearing like what's his name? TCK Gaming says I've been hearing about that Minecraft movie, man. That's crazy. Like there's people rioting in the theaters. There's people freaking bringing like chickens. Like there's a video of a guy who brought a real live chicken to the theater. Oh, dude, that shit is crazy, man. I haven't gone to see it yet. I don't think I'm gonna go see it. I don't think I'm gonna go see it to be totally honest, but it sounds wild though. It sounds wild. I seen the videos though. The craziest part was that dude holding a real chicken, bro. That was crazy. That was crazy as hell. Let's keep smashing that thumbs up, y'all. Let's get it up to 14. Let's get it up to 14, guys. Let's get it up to 14. Apple Ricky says we could have the Winnie the Pooh and Blood and Honey could take place before Christopher Robin came back to the 100-acre woods. You pick. Yeah, that sounds good too. That sounds good too to me. It could be a prequel to the Blood and Honey, you know, a story before the actual movie happened, you know. Yeah, I can't wait for Rob Zombie's Halloween. That's gonna be cool. That's gonna be cool. I gotta find the way to get that clown costume. The young Michael Myers clown costume. Because I already have two adult Michael masks. I got this one. And I got another one that I'm probably going to be doing a review video of tomorrow for Myers Monday. I was going to pre-record it today, but man, I didn't have time. I had to go to the store early, and then I kind of like almost fell asleep. Judy says, because you like scary things? I guess so, Judy, pretty much, right? I love scary things. I always love scary things all my life. All my life, I love scary things, y'all. What about everyone here? Has everyone always liked scary things? Has everyone always liked scary things here? Let me know, guys. Let me know. Oh yeah, I also need to mention hold on, wait up. Apple Ricky says, what masks are you gonna use for Winnie the Pooh, Piglet, and Michael Myers 2007 remake? Well, for Blood and Honey, we're gonna use that Winnie the Pooh mask I've shown you a couple times here already. And then for Piglet, I'm gonna have to find a good Piglet mask somehow. I bet by the time we make that though, there'll be a good Piglet mask available. Let's keep smashing that thumbs up, guys. Come on, let's get it up to 14. Let's get it up to 14 so more people could join us here on this live stream here. Horror Sundayz episode, what, 16? We're on episode 16 already. Please smash the like and subscribe, everyone. Like I said, whoever's new here, smash the bell notification. Hit the comments below, you know, share these videos with everyone you know so we can keep making more horror content here on the channel. Follow us on Instagram for more horror content. If you want to leave a donation to the channel, Cash App link down below in the description of this live. If not, just keep smashing the thumbs up. Instagram link is also in the description. And yeah, let's continue with the show. But yeah, like I said, Apple Ricky, yeah. So for Blood and Honey, I'm gonna use that Winnie the Pooh one, the one I showed you, the yellow mask, the yellow Winnie the Pooh mask, and I'll just find the coveralls and the flannel shirt. For Piglet, I'm pretty sure by the time we make that movie, there'll be a pretty like decent, affordable Piglet mask or something close enough to it that I could just maybe repaint or glue some tusks on it. And hold on, and for Halloween 2007 and Michael Myers 2007 remake, and for the Halloween 2007 fan film we're gonna do, obviously, for the beginning of the movie, it's gonna be young Michael Myers, right? So you're gonna be playing young Michael Myers. That's gonna be sick. I gotta buy the costume. I'm gonna buy the clown mask that he wears, the Trick or Treat Studios one, and yeah. And then for the adult scenes of Michael Myers, I'm gonna be using this mask, this 2007 mask with another one that I have up in my closet, the one that has the blood strip on the side of the cheek. And I also gotta make the jumpsuit. We're gonna be filming around Pasadena, because we gotta film at the Myers house from the 2007 remake. We gotta have a shot of Michael sitting on his porch. Remember, he's on his porch, and then we're gonna have a shot of the bully kids come by and throw candy at him, and then he's gonna stalk them, you know, and then take them out one by one. And then after that, you know what happens next? He goes back home and takes out his whole family. So after that flashback scene, we're gonna go right into 17 years later to 2007, when Michael's an adult already. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. I'm actually really pumped for Halloween 2007. We're gonna make 2 Halloween fan films this year, 2007 and a Halloween Ends one, because we didn't get to do the Halloween Ends one, because instead I decided to do Friday the 13th, because there was a high demand for that little teaser trailer I made for it like 2 years ago. Dominic St. Clair says, would you like to see a Jason versus Godzilla crossover? Jason is exposed to radiation in Crystal Lake and grows into a kaiju to fight Godzilla. That would be pretty cool, bro. I don't really care anything, bro, at this point. They can make all the... It's all about alternate universes now, you know? And separate timelines. So you could have that. You could have that and still have normal Jason in Crystal Lake doing his thing, you know? So yeah, why not, man? Luke Skywalker says, hello, I'm Luke Skywalker. Do you know who is C-3PO? It's from Star Wars. Yes, fool, of course. He's the golden robot. He's the golden robot with the silver leg. Well, now, I honestly, when I was a kid, I always thought he was just a straight golden robot. You saw how I mentioned the silver leg like an afterthought? I always thought he was just a straight golden robot until like around, I don't know, maybe like 2012? Yeah, around 2012. That's when I noticed, like, people started talking about that, like, he has a silver leg. And then I looked, I was like, oh, crap, he does have a silver leg. Yeah, so yeah, I love C-3PO. What's up, Luke Skywalker? Glad to see you here, brother. Glad to see you here, man. Glad to see you here. Another Horror Talk Wednesdays. Please smash the thumbs up. Please smashing the thumbs up, everyone, so more people could join these live streams. I had to start uploading every day here on the channel because watch time's kind of low this month. Yeah, so you're going to be seeing a lot of videos. Like, tomorrow I'll be uploading, like I said, I'm going to be uploading another video. Tomorrow is going to be my, it's going to be another review of Trick or Treat Studios Halloween 2007 mask I rehauled. So look out for that. Apple Ricky says, tell Jaylene, I said your younger uncle says hi, JK. All right, I'll tell her. That Jaylene's getting famous, dude. That's crazy. Jose Gomez says, hello, Frank. Mexicans and Salvadorians love Los Angeles, California. I'm watching Dr. Giggles. What's up, Jose Gomez? How you doing, bro? Glad to see you here on another Horror Sundayz, bro, here on our live stream chat, bro. Glad to see you're doing well, man. Hell yeah. Enjoying your day. And yes, man, Mexicans and Salvadorians pretty much, yeah, run Los Angeles, bro. That's the majority here. And yeah, bro, Dr. Giggles, 1992. Yes, I remember that movie. It's about some psychotic doctor who lives in this fucked up house. And he, like, freaking, he like does surgery on himself, and then he kills people, and then he like saves their body parts in jars and shit. Yeah, I remember that movie. My cousin, dude, my cousin, they were like a few years older than me in the '90s, and they freaking showed me all these crazy movies, and they were all girls, bro. They were all girls, and they had a bunch of VHS tapes of horror, man. And Dr. Giggles was one of them. I remember the cover also. He's like him in front of his house, and he's like holding his freaking doctor bag and like a freaking scalpel in his hand. That's just crazy. Sidecash Talks one says gang stalking is scariest than any horror movie. Trust me. Yep. I know what's up with that, bro. Hell yeah. And what's up, Sidecash Talks one? If you're new here to the channel, please like and subscribe, bro. Welcome to Hollywood Horror Film Club. Today's Horror Sundayz, episode 16. Please like and subscribe. And yes, man, you are right. Gang stalking. I used to be kind of paranoid about that back like in 2017. 2016, 2018, that's when that was like a really big thing around that. I don't really hear people talk about it too much anymore. But around that time, around like when around Trump's first term and stuff, you would hear people talk about that shit a lot. That shit is pretty scary, right? Yeah, that's supposedly like, I don't know, like I heard that it's supposedly like government agents that like track you and shit through your freaking cell phone. Like it's crazy. Like you ever gone outside? You ever gone outside and the next thing you know, like out of nowhere, there's just like a cop helicopter that passes by? That's gang stalking. That shit's government surveillance, bro. That's crazy. And what's up, feds? If anyone's watching me, I'm being a good boy. But yeah, bro, that's crazy that you bring that up. Side Cash Talks one. Luke Skywalker retracted his message. Apple Ricky said, "Did your sister watch some of my videos?" Yeah, dude, of course. I think her favorite one was the one when you're like this, like young Michael. She said you look like him. Oh yeah, and the pictures that you put up, yeah, with you with the half picture of you and the half picture of Dave Fairch, and you comparing yourself to Michael, that looks pretty good. Your hair just needs to be more blonde, and that's it. That's pretty much it. Luke Skywalker says, "Did you know Darth Vader feared fighting against the Emperor?" He did at one point, but then at what is it called? But then in Return of the Jedi, he stopped being scared of him and just picked him up like this and tossed him off the freaking balcony of the Death Star, bro. That freaking pit looked like it had no end. Yeah, Sideshow Cash Talks one says fusion sensors and dark telekinesis. Damn, that's scary, bro. Dark telekinesis. It's that 5G, bro. It's that 5G. We should make a movie about gang stalking. That'll be pretty crazy. That'll be like a new modern style horror movie. The Mighty Sparrow says, I'm here. What's up, the Mighty Sparrow? How you doing? How you doing? Glad to see you here on another Horror Sundayz, episode 16, bro. Hell yeah. What you do today, bro? Let us know what you did today. How'd you spend your day? You know, how'd you spend your day? What you do? Did you go to work or spend time with family? You know, let us know, man. And please smash that thumbs up. Yeah, man? Let's keep smashing that thumbs up, everyone. Let's keep smashing that thumbs up. Let's get it up to 17. Let's get it up to 17. Apple Ricky says, my brown is washing out. I'm trying to get it out as fast as I can. Yeah, because you definitely need that corn blonde hair. Like you need that, like, yellow hair. Like, Dag had yellow hair. His hair wasn't even, like, dirty blonde. It was just straight yellow. Like, I mean yellow. The Mighty Sparrow said, almost missed it. Nah, you're here, bro. You're here. You're here, man. You're all good. You're all good, the Mighty Sparrow. Luke Skywalker says, do you know Darth Vader crying in Return of the Jedi? Yeah, of course. Of course, when remember when the Emperor is shocking Luke with the freaking the Force lightning, and then Darth Vader's like, no, and he picks him up and throws him off the freaking balcony, and then when Luke takes off his mask and shit, and that's when they're both having the little moment. Yeah, he cries, bro. He cries. Actually, Anakin was always like a crybaby, though, bro. If you look back to the prequels and shit. Especially Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, he was a freaking brat crybaby in those movies. It's like he was more mature when he was like in episode 1. Sidecash Talks 1 says, voice to skull technology is even more scary. What is that, Sidecash Talks 1? What is that, bro? Let me know. What is that? What is that? The Mighty Sparrow says Terrifier 3. I love Terrifier 3. Hey, Mighty Sparrow, if you love Terrifier 3, I got my own killer clown movie dropping May 9th here on the channel. It's called The Clown. And it's just as gory and disgusting and grim and nasty, bro. So you're going to love it. Also, guys, I'm going to be uploading the final trailer for The Clown I think after the live stream today. So when the live stream, well, actually, just make sure to check out my videos and make sure to smash the thumbs up on the clown trailer. I'm uploading the final trailer after the live stream ends. So after the live stream ends, go and keep checking out my videos until it's up, and just keep and smash the thumbs up on the clown final trailer. The final trailer for the clown is coming, yo. The final trailer is coming. Ghost Red Reddit says, "What's up? What's up, Ghost Red Reddit? Haven't seen you here in like a week or so, bro. How you doing? How you doing, little bro? How you doing? How you been? How you been spending your days? What you do today, Ghost Rider Reddits? Let us know, bro. What you do today? What did you do today?" Apple Ricky says, fuck, what did you say, son? I said, oh yeah, fuck you. What did you say, son? I said, fuck you. My bad, grab it. Yep, I remember that scene when you can teacher off. That old guy that plays that teacher's a pretty like famous actor. And he told him that. Dominic Sinclair says Terrifier 4 is coming. Yup, I've heard. Hell yeah, it's gonna be badass. I think I already talked about the news the other day, though. I don't think there's been any new news lately, has there? I'll look it up right now. The Mighty Sparrow says, I'll look for it. Hell yeah, bro. Get ready, guys. The Clown coming May 9th. I also printed my first shirt for the movie, but they haven't called me back from the t-shirt printing place to go pick it up yet. So I'm kind of like worried about that right now because I really need that shirt to start promoting that movie on freaking Instagram, and like I'm trying to sell some merch, you know? The Mighty Sparrow says thanks. Luke Skywalker says bye. I'm leaving. I have to work. Do my father Darth Vader will be in the live chat. Awesome. Take care, Luke Skywalker. The Mighty Sparrow says I've been watching your uploads. Thank you so much, the Mighty Sparrow. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Side of Cash Talks says frequencies radiation used by direct energy weapons uses targeted individuals. Damn. Hey, so Side Cash Talks One. What's the point of targeting targeted individuals? Do these targeted individuals know something that others don't? That's why they are quote unquote targeted individuals, or is it just random? Or is it just random just to like psychologically mess with the public? Let me know in the chat, bro. Apple Ricky says you could make 2 parts of the 2007 film. We could fit the bathroom fight if you can. Possibly. We'll see. We'll see when I start writing the script. We'll see when I start writing the script, Apple Ricky. When I start writing the script, I fully immerse myself into that universe, you know? So it's like I'm actually there and seeing what's going on. So I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out in the writing process. It should be fun. It should be fun. All my packages. Luke Skywalker says, why I look so young in Return of the Jedi? Who, Luke? Yeah, he does look pretty. Yeah, actually, he does look younger in Return of the Jedi than in the first in New Hope. I think so. Let's keep smashing that thumbs up, guys. Let's keep smashing that thumbs up. Let's get it up to 17. We're almost there. Guys. Let's get it up to 17 so more people could join us here on this live stream. Let's get it up to 17. The Mighty Sparrow says, what is your favorite franchise? I love all the horror movies, bro. Honestly, I love them all. Look at my room. It's all mixed up with everything, you know? But if I don't know. I hate it when people ask me that question, honestly, bros. Honestly, what is my favorite franchise? I love all of them. But if I had to pick, I guess, since I saw Halloween first when I was a kid, I guess I'd go with Halloween, you know, maybe. But I also love Friday the 13th just as much, and Nightmare on Elm Street and Ghostface, you know? So it's hard to pick one, bro. It's hard to pick one because if I was really mainly into only one franchise, I'd have just stuff of just one franchise mainly, you know? But I like them all. I like all the slasher movies. I hope with the new I Know What You Did Last Summer movie coming out, I hope freaking Tots, Trick or Treat Studios, or someone starts selling the costume, bro. I really want that costume. The slicker from I Know What You Did Last Summer with the hat and the hook. That'll be cool. Also, man, I really hope Tots sells the Hard Eyes mask, bro. Trick or Treat Studios needs to make the Hard Eyes mask. And they need to make the I Know What You Did. Or Fun World can make the I Know What You Did Last Summer. What's it called? Fisherman Slicker, bro. I really want that costume. Apple Ricky says, would you use Jason drowning in your fan film? Probably not anymore, because we're gonna start shooting Apple Ricky. We're gonna start shooting Friday the 13th next month already. So I didn't have time to cast that, you know. I didn't have time to cast that and stuff. I didn't have time to cast that. So it's like yeah, it would have been cool to see Jason drown. It would have been cool to have that, but I didn't have time to cast that. And I already got my cast pretty much. I have Jason, I have two stoner guys, and I think one other girl that wants to be in the movie too. That's you know. So yeah, that would have been cool to have Jason in it as a kid too. But yeah, we're just gonna keep it with him as an adult. Luke Skywalker says, "Why did Obi-Wan join Padme and left Anakin? Because they were trying to freaking go get him out of, dude. Obi-Wan and Padme were trying to go save him from freaking. Remember, you gotta watch. I'm gonna go see Revenge of the Sith when it comes out in theaters next week again. But yeah, anyways, like I said, Obi-Wan and Padme, they weren't hooking up, bro. They both realized that the Emperor was evil. They both realized it at the same moment. So they both just acted out and like, let's go save this fool, before he either gets killed or converted to the dark side. And that's what happened. But Anakin was so blinded by jealousy and rage that he like got jealous because he saw Obi-Wan with his chick. Pretty much any guy would. I kind of understood that part. But like still though, like even Padme says like we're here to help you, like they even came on the ship to get him out of Mustafar. That's why Padme was with freaking Obi-Wan. Ghost Rider Edit says feeling bored. Why? What's wrong, Ghost Rider Edits? Ghost Rider, Daddy Vader. That's pretty funny, bro. Daddy Vader. Ghost Rider, why you bored, bro? Why you bored? Start chatting right here with us. Start chatting up. You're usually like a freaking wild ass dude. Always so like freaking social in here. What's wrong today, little bro? You good? Apple Ricky says you're doing the 2009 film, right? Yeah. I'm doing the Apple Ricky. Yeah, I'm doing the 2009 fan film. I'm doing the 2009. I love that. I love that freaking reboot. It was my favorite. When I watched it, I was like, bro, this looks like it's the first time I saw a movie where I was like, well, besides Halloween, but first time I saw a modern like remake where I was like, bro, I could shoot something like this. I could make a movie like this. So yeah, I love the 2009 remake or reboot. I love the look of Jason in that movie. He looks pretty grunge. He looks like he doesn't look like some zombie. He looks like some homeless guy in the woods. His jeans are ripped. They have like rips on the knees, which is extra cool for me. Yeah, Jason looks badass in 2009. Like I say, he looks really grungy. He has this fucked up jacket, like that's cut from the like it's cut in half. He wears a jacket that's cut in half, and then he wears a longer jacket on the bottom, and then the neck is all ripped and frayed. Oh, dude, and the mask. I love the mask, bro, of Jason from the remake. Oh, dude, it's so badass. I love that mask. That's my favorite look of Jason. I love 2009, bro. Love Friday the 13th, 2009. The Mighty Sparrow says, I love the old Twilight Zone as a kid. Yep. My dad, dude, in the 90s, bro. In the 90s, like my grandma was still alive. All these older people, from the freaking silent generation were still around. And they used to watch TV Land and shit. And all these old school shows like MASH and all that stuff. Bro, the Twilight Zone, like, dude. My dad grew up watching the Twilight Zone in the 50s, and 60s. That shit was big. In the 70s also. Yeah, dude. Yeah, all those shows are cool. The Monsters, all those black and white old school shows were badass. I love Lucy. We were talking about this with my friends at the bar last night and at the concert. How all those freaking shows were cool, bro. All those shows were cool as hell. The Twilight Zone, right? The Twilight Zone, fool. Have you watched the Twilight Zone? It was basically like Goosebumps before Goosebumps, some anthology horror shit. What is it called? They basically had the blueprint for a lot of horror movies that came out later on, like in the 80s and 70s. Like literally, there's a story about a doll named Taki Tina. And like freaking the dad, I don't know what he does. He tries to break her and get rid of her and shit. It always comes back together, the doll, and that's where they got the idea for Chucky and countless other things. Yeah, so you know what's up, the Mighty Sparrow. Twilight Zone is badass. Luke Skywalker says, why did Anakin try to choke Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith? Because well, first I think it's because he thought him and Padme, something was going on between them. But after that, what was going on is that it was basically the rivalry was coming to the surface. You know, all these years of suppressing their rivalry. You know, is it's surfacing now. You know, so that's why Anakin was acting out in anger because he's basically doing what he's been wanting to do for a long time. You know, is fight Obi-Wan, which is crazy. Because literally Obi-Wan saved him like his life a gang of times. Um, the Mighty Sparrow says the old Hammer Horrors. Yep, old Hammer Horrors. Christopher Lee, huh? Christopher Lee was in some old school Hammer films. He played Dracula in some Hammer style horror movies. Hammer style horror movies always have brighter blood. Always have brighter blood. Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow from 1999. That's a Hammer style horror gothic movie. Bright blood, bright blood. Watch any other horror movie like Scream. Scream has a lot of dark blood. A lot of dark blood. Halloween has a lot of dark blood. Friday the 13th, there's a mix of light red blood and dark blood. But old school Hammer movies, they always use the bright blood. I forgot exactly why, the specific artistic intent why, but it was always like a staple in Hammer movies. Apple Ricky says, what happened to Eeyore and Winnie the Pooh and Blood and Honey? I don't know, right? That's like one of the only fools that was missing, I think, right? That shit was crazy. You know what I think, Apple Ricky? I think they might have thought that fool was probably because he's like literally a freaking donkey. So donkey's literally like a horse. So these fools probably thought the production were like, that's gonna cost a lot of money trying to make a horse, literally a horse look like it's walking around, you know? So what they did is they just limited to fucking costumes that normal people could wear, you know? So if you watch Winnie the Pooh the cartoon, Winnie the Pooh literally is like, he has arms and legs, you know? So a person could play him. Piglet also, you know? But yeah, Eeyore, he's literally a horse, bro. He's a donkey. So it would have cost the production a gang of money to make a animatronic freaking robot that looks like it's walking, you know? That shit would have cost a lot. That shit would have cost a lot. Ghost Rider Reddit says, I am broken. Why are you broken, bro? Do not be broken. We have no time to be broken, man. We have to continue creating. Must keep creating. Luke Skywalker says, have you seen one video, Darth Vader falls in love on YouTube? Was funny. Yeah, I seen it. When he falls in love with that other Darth Vader chick that wears the pink costume. Yeah, that's just been out since like, I don't know, I think like, I don't know, maybe like 2006, 2007. Onesimo Alonso says, hi, what's up, Onesimo? What's up? How you doing? How you doing, bro? How you doing? How you spending your day? How you spending your day, Onesimo Alonso? How you doing, bro? If you're new here to the channel, please like and subscribe to Hollywood Horror Film Club. Hey, Onesimo, please smash the thumbs up right there. Yeah, man, get us up to 18. Get us up to 18, Onesimo, so more people could join us here in the live stream. Get us up to 18, please, Onesimo. Ghost Rider Reddit says, I have become the vengeance that world made me, and I shall conquer the universe. That sounds pretty epic, bro. That sounds pretty epic. Maybe you should write a comic book and use that as a line for like the main character, you know? It almost sounds like something like the Crow would say. I have become the vengeance that the world made me, and I shall conquer the universe. It sounds like something Eric Draven, the Crow, would say. Onesimo, hi. Yeah, Onesimo, how you doing? Like I said, how you doing? Glad to have you here. Apple Ricky says, Friday the 13th can out the year my mom was born, 1980. Awesome. That's awesome. That means your mom's only like 10 years, 11 years older than me. Apple Ricky, that means your mom's only like 10, yeah, like 11 years older than me, I think. Apple Ricky says, my grandma told me the Texas Chainsaw gave her nightmares. Yes, I love the Texas Chainsaw. The original one, bro. The original one's always the best, bro. Because that movie literally felt like it was like happening. Like when you're a kid and you watch, like, especially movies back in the day that were shot on film, I always felt like they looked more real. Like there was more like film just captures in essence of realism. It felt like it was a real universe with real people and a real situation going on, you know? That's what I love about old movies. With digital, like with nowadays, how they use mostly digital cameras, it's like you can see everything, every pore and everything in the background, you know? So like even the special effects could look more fake because they're so clear and perfect, you know? versus when you use film, it's more like grainy and stuff, so it makes shit look more real. But yeah, hell yeah, I love Texas Chainsaw, all that stuff. Oh, Juan Simo Alonso says hi. I love cat and what and dogs. I love cats too. Juan Simo, I love cats. Hey, Juan Simo, what's your favorite scary movie? What is your favorite scary movie? Let us know here in the chat. Apple Ricky says, also, I know what happened. They ate Eeyore because they were starving because Christopher Robin abandoned them. That could be true too. In universe, in the story, yeah. I believe that. I believe that could be true in universe. If you guys don't know what in universe means, it means literally like in their universe, in their reality, you know? But for us, I'm pretty sure it was just a production issue because I'm pretty sure that shit was gonna cost a lot. And it looks like the Blood and Honey movies, like I said last time, the Blood and Honey movies I think have the most biggest budgets out of all the Disney slashers they're doing. But I still think they didn't want to go that deep into it with the robot horse walking around killing people. You know, that's wild. So yeah, that makes sense, Apple Ricky. They probably just got rid of him in the story, like you said. They ate him sometime after Christopher Robin disappeared from the 100-acre woods and stuff. Ghost Rider Reddit says, "Remember when we met, bro? Hell yeah, bro. You just popped in here one time, I think, and you were like, hey, what's up, man? I was like, what's up? You're into horror? Hell yeah. Actually, remember too." Well, I don't remember a lot of stuff like that when I meet people. Juan Simo says, "Alonso, yes." Hey, Juan Simo, let us know what's your favorite scary movie, man. Come on. Jose Gomez says, "The world will eat you alive if you're innocent like some people." Yes, that's why you gotta be a slasher. Like Jason and Michael and Freddy. They know what's up. They knew the world was effed up, you know? So they're like, let's just all be effed up together. Thank you for the hearts or whatever. What is that? Hundreds. Someone will send me like little hundreds. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Ah, man. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Luke Skywalker says Darth Vader is stupid when he was watching this fool. He straight up just says it. Freaking Luke. Darth Vader is stupid when he was washing his helmet. I laughed at that one part says helmet wax. That shit is funny. Hey, have you seen when Darth Vader just sits in his little chamber and that little crane comes down and puts his helmet on? That shit is funny, bro. Darth Vader has to put on his helmet. Also, how he used to put on his whole suit, bro. When they show you in Rogue One, he's literally like what? He's like cutting. He has no legs. He has no freaking arms. He's like a stump, basically, huh? They had to like literally stab his freaking limbs into him and shit. They had to keep him in like in hot back to water, huh? So his like skin is like nice and soft and tender, so he won't like tense up and shit. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they gotta keep Darth Vader warm, bro. Like, cause of his condition, I'm pretty sure they gotta keep him warm. Yeah, that's why he's in the suit. Yeah, I think cold, cause he's all burnt and stuff. It'll really do a number on him. But yeah. Apple Ricky says, remember Winnie the Pooh wiped Christopher Robin's back with Eeyore's tail? Oh yeah, he did. He did. That is crazy. G-Man 1989. Have you ever tried Fenton? No. That's not the channel for that, bro. I have a rock and roll channel. It's linked to this channel. So you want to ask me that? Ask me that there. But yeah, man, I can't answer that here. There's a lot of kids here, literally, like kids way younger than me and shit, like 14. You know, so like I said, I have a rock and roll channel. My band name is Urethra, and we could talk about that kind of stuff on that channel. But yeah, man, G-Man 1989. If you're a horror fan, please like and subscribe to the channel, man. We'd love to have you here. We'd love to have you here, man. And smash that thumbs up right there. Yeah, man, get us up to 19. So more people could join us here in this live stream today. Please, man, please. My watch time has been kind of low lately. I got to freaking start uploading every day again. That's because I was finishing the clown and stuff. So, yeah, I should be back uploading like every 2 days now. Ghost Rider Reddit says Michael Myers Halloween Kills versus Michael Myers Halloween Rob Zombie. Let me see. I'm going to have to go with my boy Rob Zombie. Come on, Ghost Rider. Corey whooped Michael in Halloween Ends, bro. He like literally picked them up and slammed them on the floor, and then they're all shoving each other like little middle schoolers and shit. I like the angle they got from the movie. They just literally just put the camera on the floor, right there in the circle on the entrance of the freaking tunnel, and they just told these fools, all right, just shove each other. I like how Corey picked Michael up by the legs, though. That's a good move. That's a good move to know. When someone's bigger than you, just boom, boom, and drop them down. That was funny though. So I'm Ghost Rider. I'm out to go with Rob Zombie's Halloween, bro. Rob Zombie's Halloween, I think will whoop Halloween Ends, Michael, by a long shot, bro. Freaking Rob Zombie's Halloween, Michael is just freaking a monster, bro. Freaking Halloween Ends, Michael walks like this, like, give that fool a cane already. Shit. Someone detracted their message. Why do people do that? I want to read it. Luke Skywalker says, "What's your favorite part when Vader falls in love?" When they're on that, when him and Padme are on that planet, and they're like doing little, like he's doing little magic tricks with the Force and like making shit float around, like I guess feeding her grapes and stuff. That shit was pretty funny, bro. And I think that's an Attack of the Clones when they're like when they're away on that planet by themselves on Naboo. Remember when they go to Naboo, to the planet of Naboo, and then they're having dinner and shit, and then Anakin's all making shit float around and passing it to her. That shit was funny. Apple Ricky says, "Have you ever watched the Futurama Bender the Robot?" Yes, of course, Apple Ricky. I grew up with all that stuff. Bender the Robot is literally a psychopath slasher. He's literally a psycho robot. Bender. That's why I was able to relate to him so much. Ghost Rider, it says, "What would you do if I broke into your house?" Man, dude, I would really have to answer that. Nah, man, come on, ask another question. I'd probably just I'll probably just call the cops since you're a kid. I'll be like, this crazy kid just tried to break in my house. Take his ass out of here. But if you were an adult, I'll been a different story. The game is on. There's going to be blood on the floor, and it's not going to be mine. Yeah, but since you're like freaking, 10 or 11, I'll just tell the cops, "Hey, yo, bro, get this kid out of here." Trying to jack my shit. Jose Gomez says, I was born in 1984, a long time ago. Terminator film, Los Angeles. Hell yeah, bro. I love Terminator. I love Terminator 1 especially. I love all the Terminator movies. They're all fun to watch, but my favorite ones are the first two. But my favorite one is the first one because it's literally a slasher movie. It's literally like Halloween. Compare it. Terminator and Halloween is like the same shit. You keep shooting him, he doesn't stop. You keep running him over, he doesn't stop. You set him on fire, he doesn't stop. You know? You literally had to squid. Oh, look, dude, look at the similarities. The first Terminator movie, the T-800 gets squished. It gets destroyed by getting squished in some kind of like factory compactor thing. Halloween Ends, Michael Myers, he gets freaking shredded to pieces in a metal shredder at a junkyard. Damn, so similar, right? So similar. Yeah, especially the first Terminator and Halloween. That's just like literally the same movie. It's just like, dude, Sarah Connor is literally Laurie Strode, bro. She even had the blonde hair and shit. She was even limping and shit. There was even shots of the Terminator walking all slow behind her. It was so Halloween. Even James Cameron said he wanted to make a slasher style movie like Halloween, but his ended up being one with the robot because he said he was having nightmares when supposedly he didn't have a job. James Cameron said, I think he got fired from Piranha or something like that. And he said he kept on having nightmares of some freaking robot coming out of the fire. You know, that's badass, bro. That's badass. That shit just literally made that fool rich. He said he was having nightmares of a robot coming out of like flames of fire, you know? And that became the Terminator. Hell yeah, man. Let me see. Juan Simo Alonso says, will not. Will not. Well, what do you mean, Juan Simo? You don't want to tell us your favorite scary movie? You don't want to tell us your favorite scary movie, Juan Simo? All right, then. The Mighty Sparrow says, my first crushes were the lovely ladies in Hammer horror classics. Hell yeah, all the gothic ladies in those times. On the freaking Hammer horror movies and stuff. With all that bright blood. The one that stands out the most to me is that Christopher Lee Dracula when he plays Dracula. You know, Christopher Lee was supposed to play Dr. Loomis originally. That's who John Carpenter originally had in mind. Let's see, let me get to everyone here. Okay. Luke Skywalker says, bye, I'm watching The Revenge of the Sith. Awesome. I'm gonna go see that in theaters next week. Hopefully, I think not next week. Wait. Yeah, next week. It comes out in theaters next week. I think I'll probably go next Probably Thursday. Probably go next Thursday. Probably go next Thursday. Um, Ghost Rider Ed says, I was scrolling through the live stream and suddenly saw a goated streamer. Awesome. Who's the goated streamer? Who's the goated streamer, Ghost Rider? Who's the goated streamer? Apple Ricky says, I just had an idea for the Blood and Honey fan film. What is it? Let me know, Apple. Let me know. Juan Simo Alonso says, I don't know. You don't know your favorite scary movie, Juan Simo? All right. It doesn't have to be a scary movie. It could be any movie. What's your favorite movie? This is a movie channel anyway. We talk about all movies. Mainly horror, but we still talk about all movies. But Juan Simo, let us know whatever movie is your favorite. It doesn't have to be horror. Ghost Rider, it says Daddy Vader. Daddy Vader. That shit sounds funny. They should make t-shirts that say that shit. Let's keep smashing the thumbs up, guys. Let's get it up to 20. We just need 2 more. Let's get it up to 20, guys. Let's get it up to 20. We just need 2 more. Apple Ricky says, so when your sister is running away from Piglet, how about when she's running, she trips over Eeyord's body? That would be cool. We would have to buy like a plushie, kind of like horse thing, and tear it up and put fake blood on it and stuff and guts. And yeah, it could work. Yeah, I could pull it off. I could pull that off, Apple Ricky. I could pull off a lot of magic tricks on screen, yo. Literally, like, knowing how to do special effects and stuff like that with, like, makeup and gore and prosthetics and, you know, in movies, that's literally like a magic trick. You're literally like a magician. But, yeah, I could pull that off. I pulled off a few pretty crazy stuff. You guys are gonna trip out on the cloud, all the shit we got to pull off in that movie that I didn't think was possible that we could do. But yeah, Apple Ricky, I could do that. Like I said, we'll just buy some kind of like plushy unicorn or horse, and then paint it like yours purple color, and then tear off the head, tear off a few pieces, tear off some of the legs. Yeah, tear off the head, the legs and stuff, and then put fake blood on it. Drench it in fake blood, you know, so it looks real and stuff. Yeah, it could work. It could work. Lay it on the floor, you know, and then do the scene. That would be pretty cool. Ghost Rider, it says, everyone in the chat say Daddy Vader. Daddy Vader. Everyone in the chat say Daddy Vader. Luke Skywalker says, the officer reaction to Darth Vader helmet and Empire Strikes Back. Oh, yeah. Wait, when he's putting on the helmet, right? When that machine thing is putting on Vader's helmet, the Mighty Sparrow says, the sceneries they used were beautiful, in my opinion, better than any I see nowadays. Yeah, dude, it's because obviously back in the day, they didn't have like CGI and stuff like that. So they had to make elaborate sets, bro. There was no other way. There was no other way to do it. You had to make big, elaborate, beautiful sets. You know, nowadays, all that shit is green screen. They probably only have like half of the building built, and it's not even full scale, and they had the rest with CGI, you know? That's boring. They had no other choice back in the day. They had to build the sets. That's why they look so beautiful and more convincing. Ghost Rider Ed says, HK destroys. Hunter Killer destroys? HKs, those are from Terminator. Hunter Killers. Simo says, My Celine. I don't think I've seen that movie. My Celine. That's awesome, though. Ghost Rider Ed says, what would you do if I broke into your house? I told you I'd call the cops. Luke Skywalker says, the Pink Vader is Padme. Is it really Padme? Is it really Padme? I thought it, because isn't Padme dead? Isn't Padme dead, guys? Come on. No, I am with the axe. All right, I'll take the axe from you, bro. I'll take the axe from you and then kick you out. Ghost Rider says, and also imagine the adults in Michael Myers. Ghost Rider says, and it was you, and that's how we met. That's crazy, bro. Apple Ricky says, what if we did a Mousetrap fan film? Yeah, that'll be cool, too. They actually sell the mask, too. Simo Alonso says, goodbye. I love you so much. Take care, Simo. Take care. Hope to see you again soon here in the chat again. Take care, Simo. Apple Ricky says, like me and Jaylene split up. We're running from Pooh and Piglet. Yeah, that'll be cool. Like the woods we have here by my house, like there's 2 paths. You could go one path and she goes the other path. Boom. That'll be cool. Ghost Rider says, no, I mean Michael Myers. Halloween Kills destroys Michael Myers. Halloween robs zombies. Yeah, that would be a good fight. Yeah. I could agree with that. I could agree with that, Ghost Rider. Hell yeah. Apple Ricky says, good morning, Michelle, my belle. Yeah, that's funny, right? Damn, Apple Ricky, I gotta get the costume made, the freaking young Michael costume. One Simo Alonso says, okay, take care, One Simo. Wicked Milk says, can't wait to see the clown. Yeah, bro, let's get into clown news. Let's talk about my movies now, you know? I talk about so much about other people's movies. The Mighty Sparrow says, I'm not a fan of Star Wars. I never got into it despite watching every episode. I love Star Wars, bro. I love Star Wars. I always love Star Wars ever in my life. My whole freaking walls are covered with Star Wars action, vintage Star Wars action figures. Um, yeah, Wicked Milk, the clown. The clown is coming in a few weeks already. May 9th. May 9th, 2025. The clown will be dropping here on the channel. And Wicked Milk, I got the final trailer dropping in next week. Or yeah, I think next week. I got the final trailer for the clown dropping next week. So that's gonna be good too. You guys are gonna see like over a minute of brand new footage, new shots, a new character that we haven't seen yet, you know. So it's gonna be good, bro. I want to have, yeah. I gotta get that trailer uploaded today. Hey, Wicked Milk, I'm gonna upload the final trailer for the clown after the live stream. So you guys make sure to freaking smash the thumbs up on it. It's very important that you guys smash the thumbs up on the trailer for the clown so more people can watch that movie when it comes out, so I could, you know, get a freaking part 2 greenlit. So I could get a part 2 greenlit. So it'll be worth shooting a part 2. Because I got an idea for part 2, bro. I got an idea, man. I got a pretty cool idea. That'll be sick as hell. But yeah, man, I'm gonna be uploading that trailer, final trailer after this. It won't premiere until next Thursday though, because I want to hype it up a bit. The Mighty Sparrow says, oh, I read that. But Ricky says, I got it on Etsy. It's in my cart. Wait, Apple Ricky, what you get? You're gonna buy you're actually gonna buy the young Michael costume? I wanted to buy it because I wanted to keep it after the shoot. Apple Ricky, you're actually gonna buy the young Michael costume? Wicked Milk says yes. Yes, bro, the clown's coming, bro. The clown is coming soon already. In like 3 weeks already. I'm gonna go to the studio this week and finish recording the theme song for the opening credits. And that's it already. I already have the whole film shot and everything, bro. It is gory. It is a fucked up movie. It is messed up. Ghost Rider Ed says Michael Myers, Halloween 5 versus Jacob Goodnight, Part 2. I'm gonna go with Michael Myers, Halloween 5. Wicked Milk says, you got me hyped as hell. Yeah, bro, I'm ready for this movie already. I wanted to drop already. I want this movie to drop already. It's because I want everyone to see the crazy shit we did in this movie. It is gory, bro. It is gory. Ghost Rider, it says Devil May Cry 5. Yes, I used to play Devil May Cry when I was a kid. That game is trippy, right? It's like some puppets come from the ceiling and then you gotta slash them with a sword and shit. Look at that, guys. The clown. He's coming May 9th, 2025. The clown. Apple Ricky says Brian is my psychologist because he's Dr. Lewis and I'm Michael. Yeah, but the sucky part is that Brian doesn't look like the 2007 Dr. Loomis. He looks like the freaking Halloween 1, Halloween 2, Halloween 4, Halloween 5, Halloween 6 Michael Dr. Loomis. Wansimo says, I am Bach. What's up, Wansimo? What's up? How you doing? Thank you for those hearts right there. So look at that. Wicked Milk said, Wicked Milk, the clown. The clown coming soon. Wicked Milk, Devil May Cry 3. Is there a Devil May Cry 3? How many Devil May Cry games was there? That was a trippy horror movie. Not a horror movie. That was a trippy horror game. Freaking, I remember Devil May Cry. It used to come in a double pack with Resident Evil Code Veronica X. Do you guys remember that? Did anyone here play Resident Evil Code Veronica X? It used to come in a double pack with Devil May Cry. I remember renting it from the video store when I was like freaking kid, and used to get the freaking the game pack, and I used to have freaking the Resident Evil game, and I used to have freaking Devil May Cry. Wicked Milk says DMC 3. What is that? DMC 5? the DeLorean Motor Company. Apple Ricky says I could play young Michael for from the first one. You think so? You think so, Apple Ricky? I see more. I see more 2007 Michael. I would man. I gotta start going to the bar more often again, so I could find someone old that looks like the 2007 Dr. Loomis. So Apple Ricky could have her own Dr. Loomis. Um, Wicked Milk says if they do a DMC Devil May Cry 3 remake, it will definitely surpass Devil May Cry 5. Man, they should make a Devil May Cry movie. They should let me make it. I think it could be kind of like Resident Evil. It'll be kind of anime. Ghost Rider Edit says, come on, stop capping around. Ghost Rider Edit says, no. Critic Chris says, hey, Frank, everyone, what's up, Critic Chris? How you doing, bro? How you doing? How you doing? Glad to see you here on another Sunday here, Horror Sundays, actually. Episode 16, man. Hell yeah. How'd you spend your day, Critic Chris? Let us know here in the chat, bro. Let us know. Please smash that thumbs up right there. Yeah, Critic Chris? Get us up to 21, man. Please get us up to 21 so more people could join us here on the channel, please. Wicked Milk says, for real, Devil May Cry movie would be really dope. Yeah, I feel like Wicked Milk, I feel like no, I don't feel. I know a Devil May Cry movie would be like on par kind of with like Resident Evil, because it's like about these trippy puppets that like just come from the ceiling, and then you're like in this mansion, right? And then you got to go into all these different rooms and stuff, and there's different crazy puppets that slash you. Yeah, like it's kind of like Resident Evil because it was made by the same company, Capcom. That shit was all made by Capcom. Resident Evil was Capcom. Yeah, dude, that would be cool. I would love to direct the Devil May Cry movie. I would make my puppets look freaking crazy. I'll give one like scissor hands and shit. That should be wild. Apple Ricky says Ronnie's hilarious. Yeah, that'll be cool too. Hey, Apple Ricky, should we find some bum? Should I find someone to play a homeless bum that Michael kills before he kills his whole family? Kind of, so we could recreate the Ronnie scene, you know? Ghost Rider Reddit says, but they made a Devil May Cry 5 anime. Oh, yeah, that is anime. Devil May Cry 5 is always anime. Hey, was Resident Evil anime? Yo, Ghost Rider Reddit says, you know about that a lot. Wicked Milk, was Resident Evil anime? Let me know. Was Resident Evil anime? Ghost Rider says, no, they made it. Yeah, it was American, huh? The Mighty Sparrow says CGI. Apple Ricky says, what if we remade the whole movie Halloween 2007? That would be too expensive, Apple Ricky. That would be too expensive. I don't have the funding for that yet. Anyways, how would you want to remake Halloween 2007? It's a freaking badass movie. We just want to make a fan film to show things that we didn't get to see in the movie, you know? We just want to explore things that we didn't get to see in the movie, you know? Hey, Apple Ricky, you said earlier that you had something in your cart, in your Etsy cart. What is that? Apple Ricky says, that's a badass idea. Apple Ricky, you said you had something in your Etsy cart. What is it? Are you going to buy the young Michael costume? Ghost Rider Edit says, no, they made it. The Mighty Sparrow says CGI. Ghost Rider Edit says, no, I mean the Devil May Cry 5 anime is out. So it's not anime no more? Apple Ricky says, that's a good idea. The Mighty Sparrow says, I was one of the first people to play Resident. That's sick, bro. I remember playing Resident Evil 1 and 2. Those are my favorite ones. 2 was better, though. Apple Ricky says, the clown costume. Oh, so you're actually going to buy the 2007 Michael clown costume? You're actually going to get the clown costume? The Mighty Sparrow says, evil in Japan. Evil in Japan. What does that mean? The Critic Chris says, I'd rather ignore the events of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 first film I enjoyed. I like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 as well. It's fun. But yeah, Critic Chris, we're going to make a Halloween 2007 fan film for this year, for this Halloween, you know? So right here, just trying to see what props we're going to buy and get. If she's going to buy the costume, then I'll just buy the mask. And I'll buy the jumpsuit for older Michael. Wicked Milk says, it ain't about Devil May Cry 5, though. It's a whole different story. What do you mean a whole different story? Ghost Rider says, no, I mean they already make a Devil May Cry 5 anime, not the game actual DMC 5 anime. I didn't know that. Apple Ricky Official says, I'm saving to get the mask and the gray shirt. The clown mask? That's cool. I kind of want the clown mask too. I want to buy it as well so we could have doubles. When you shoot a movie, you always got to have at least doubles. 3. You got to have hero mask, stunt mask, and backup mask. But yeah, I kind of wanted to buy the clown costume, Apple Ricky, because I wanted to keep it after filming. But it's cool, though. It's cool. The Mighty Sparrow says, my uncle worked in Capcom. That's sick, bro. That's sick as hell. That's sick as hell, man. That is sick as hell. That's badass, bro. I give you props for that. Tatus Preppy says, yo, what's up, Tatus Preppy? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to another horror, what is it? It's Horror Sundays, right? Yeah, episode 16. Tatus Preppy, how'd you spend your day? Let us know in the chat, bro. Let us know in the chat how you spend your day today. What you do? What you do, Tatus Preppy? Please smash the thumbs up right there. Yeah, Tatus Preppy? Please, get us up to 22, please, so more people could join us here on the live stream, please. Please, Tatus Preppy, get us up to 22, please, bro. Please. And check it out. Look, we got the Texas masks right here. We got the Texas masks. They look beautiful, don't they? Very beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful Texas chainsaw masks. Like Trump, trying to talk like Trump. Wicked Milk says, what do you think of Halloween Ends? I think Halloween Ends is okay. I don't mind it. I actually like it. I like the whole rotted mask thing and stuff. I think it was pretty cool. And I actually like the whole Corey dressing up as Michael thing was interesting too. Because it was like kind of like they were going for some kind of Scream stuff right there, you know? They wanted us to figure out which one was the real Michael in the trailer and stuff like that. That was interesting. Guys, just fixing my phone. Here we go. Let's keep smashing that thumbs up right there, y'all. The Mighty Sparrow says he let me play on his work PC. Hey, the Mighty Sparrow, what year was that? What year was that, the Mighty Sparrow, that your uncle worked for Capcom and you did all this? Wicked Milk says that's dope, Sparrow. The Mighty Sparrow says I still had to pay for my own copy though. That's cool though, but he was probably testing the game out on you. Damn, the Mighty Sparrow, you were a guinea pig for Capcom. They were trying the game out on you. But yeah, the Mighty Sparrow, what year was this, bro? Was this like 97, 96, 95-ish, I'm assuming? Apple says, I 100% fit young Michael Myers. I even did the face. Yep, you do. You do. Hell yeah. Can't wait to shoot that movie. Wicked Milk says, wish they had more Corey and Michael kill scenes. Not going to lie. Yeah, that would have been cool, right? You know what's crazy, though? I always wonder, how did Michael get around? Because Corey had a motorcycle. Was Michael, like, did Michael get on the back of the motorcycle with Corey? Oh, that would be funny. Critic Chris says, I read update on I Know What You Did Last Summer. Ben Willis been confirmed to be dead, with someone else being the killer, and movie will be more gorier. Oh, the hell yeah. Dude, I can't wait for I Know What You Did Last Summer. Like I was saying earlier, I hope Fun World starts making the I Know What You Did Last Summer costumes, bro. They need to get on that. I've been wanting to get that costume for a long time. The slicker with the hat and the hook. Bro, Fun World needs to get on that. And like I said earlier too, Trick or Treat Studios needs to get on freaking making the Hard Eyes mask, bro. I don't want to pay like $500 for one on freaking Etsy. Hell no. But yeah, hell yeah. I can't wait for I Know What You Did Last Summer. That's gonna be my summer movie. Hey, Scream's gonna have some competition from what I'm hearing. Scream is gonna have some competition. The Mighty Sparrow 91. Oh, 91? Damn, Mighty Sparrow. Bro, that's the year I was born. That's crazy, Mighty Sparrow. That's the year I was born. Apple Ricky says, remember that scene in Halloween 4 where the teenagers were pranking Loomis? Yep, I remember that. I remember that they also pranked, they also pranked the cop. Remember they all dressed up as different Michael Myers? The Mighty Sparrow says early development. Yep, that's what I figured. They were testing the early development stages. You know how they have early screenings for movies? So in case there's a bad audience reaction, they could go back and do reshoots. Well, this is what that basically was for a video game. Ghost Rider Edit says 9/11. Yeah, that was a horrible day, bro. I remember that day like it was yesterday. Good. Wicked Milk says, I think Michael may have used the cop's car after Corey lured him to the sewer. Hey, that is true, right? Michael does drive in the David Gordon Green trilogy. He does drive, huh? That was one thing that I kind of didn't like about the Rob Zombie movies was that he took away his ability to drive. But you know what? He still made it work with Michael just wandering around the neighborhood. Still made it work. Yeah, that does make sense though. That does make sense. Wicked Milk Court. Michael could have just been driving around in the cop car, huh? Apple Ricky says, I also saving money for like gas and the trip to LA for the film if my mom agrees. Hell yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be awesome. Hopefully. Or else I'm gonna have to find some other freaking kid more closer. The Mighty Sparrow says to play Michael. The Mighty Sparrow says, I don't know the name of the game. Which game? Wasn't it Resident Evil that we were just talking about? Critic Chris says, I'm looking forward to Final Destination Bloodlines more. Oh, that's cool too, yeah. They're definitely giving it a slasher vibe, huh? Apple Ricky says, okay, when did Michael learn how to drive? When he was in mental hospital? Somebody gave him lessons, Loomis said probably. Nazir Khan says, hi, what's up, Nazir Khan? What's up? How you doing? If you're new here to the channel, welcome to Hollywood Horror Film Club. Welcome to Horror Sundayz episode 16. Please smash the thumbs up right there, like and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, and join us here in the chat. What did you do today, Nazir Khan? What did you do? What did you do? Let us know. Let us know. What did you do? How'd you spend your day? Critic Chris says, I like the actor, but hated Zombies, Dr. Loomis. Greedy and such a prick. Honestly, he was cool. The Dr. Loomis in Rob Zombies was cool in the first one. He was pretty chill and humble in the first one. It's the part Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 where he gets all greedy and crazy. Like in the first Rob Zombie Halloween, the first book he wrote, it looked like he was just doing it out of research, But that second book he wrote, he was just doing it to get clout and money. That's why he's putting so much controversial shit in it, because he knew all the controversy would sell. Versus the first book, The Devil's Eyes, that book was literally made, it was literally, that whole book was written off his documentation, off the time he spent with Michael. So it was for research purposes, the first book. Versus the second one, like I said, it was for greed and stuff. Nazir Khan says, hi, what's up, Nazir Khan? How you doing? Nazir Khan, let us know what your favorite scary movie is, Nazir Khan. Let us know where you're watching us from. Critic Chris says, oh, we read that. Ricky says, after Michael and Laurie related in the 2018 film. Nah, they're not. They're not. I wish they would have kept that, though. I wish they would have kept that, because I always grew up with the idea. Since I was a kid, since I first started watching Halloween, Michael and Laurie were always brother and sister to me, bro. Laurie was always Michael's little sister to me growing up. So that's how I watched the movies, I saw Halloween 78, and then I saw Halloween 2, and then they reveal, oh, Michael's her older brother, So to me, like, since I was a kid, Michael has always been Laurie's older brother. I hate that they changed that in the David Gordon Green trilogy. Shit, even Rob Zombie kept the brother and sister aspect, because he knew it worked. Because with Michael having a bloodline, made it possible for more sequels, more victims, more people to go after, When he's just a random slasher, just going after random people, he's pretty limited, And Michael has always killed random people. Even when he was related to Laurie, Michael's always killed random people. When he's in the hospital trying to find Laurie, he's killing random people. The security guards, the nurses, those are all random people that have nothing to do with his cause. Critic Chris says, no, they're not. What do you mean, no, they're not, Critic Chris? Let me know. Critic Chris, only in the original Halloween 2, H2O Resurrection, they were. Nazir Khan says, I'm just guessing, are you from California? Yes, I am from California. Nazir, how do you know I'm from California? Let me know. Apple Ricky says, happy Halloween, boo. Yeah, that's a good line. Critic Chris, only in the original Halloween 2, H2O and Resurrection, they were, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, to me, they were always brother. Yeah, yeah. In the original 78, apparently Michael was just stalking random people, you know? Yeah, but yeah, that's a Halloween 2 thing and stuff. Resurrection, H2O. Critic Chris says, oh, no, no. Critic Chris, Michael is still related to Laurie in Halloween 4 and 5. Critic Chris, Michael is still Laurie's brother in Halloween 4 and 5. That's how it makes Jamie the niece. Critic Chris, are you listening? Are you listening? Michael Myers is still related to Laurie in Halloween 4 and 5. That's how it makes niece Jamie the niece. Critic Chris says, I hated they ignored Jamie being Laurie's daughter. Um, they could have brought Daniel Harris back in 2018 with Jamie Lee Curtis. That would have been cool as fuck, right? That would have been cool as hell. I would love that. I would have loved that. Now, Zid Khan says, another guess is your name start with F. Yeah, it does. Why? Because you've heard me. You've been to my chats and you've heard my name before. Um, yeah, but Critic Chris, yeah, I hate that they neglected that shit. Yeah, it would have been cool, huh, to see Jamie Lloyd back. Man, I honestly, I have an idea for another Halloween reboot, kind of like 2018, but this time it's Jamie Lloyd and her trying to protect her kids from Michael Myers. You know, that would be cool. It would take place on the 50th anniversary of the original 1978 murders, and Michael comes back. You know, that would be cool. Now it's Jamie Lloyd protecting her kids and stuff. Now Jamie's like the one with the guns and shit. That'd be cool. Apple Ricky says, you know Karen from Halloween Kills and Ends? Yes, of course, Karen Strode. She was named Karen for a reason because she looked like a Karen. Karen, that stupid bee, she will never be Jamie Lloyd. Nah, she was all right, though. She was all right. Critic Chris says, they were in 4 and 5, but H2O ignores the events of 4 and 5, though. Yeah, you're right, though, yeah. No, originally, look, Critic Chris said H2O ignored 4, 5, and 6. Well, I originally heard in one of the documentaries, Critic Chris, I originally heard in one of the documentaries that they wanted to canonize Halloween 4 and 5 only. Halloween 4 and 5 only, because they still wanted clues that Jamie was still related to Laurie, and that was her daughter. If you watch Halloween H2O in the opening credits, when you see all these newspaper clippings inside Loomis's house, you see a picture of a pair of scissors. You see the scissors that Jamie Lloyd stabbed her freaking her stepmom with. You see the scissors that Jamie Lloyd stabbed her stepmom with. If you watch H2O again when you have time, watch H2O or just go to Google and watch the opening credits. When all the newspaper clippings are there of Laurie, and then towards the end of the intro, towards the end of the opening intro, you see a shot of bloody scissors, the same black scissors Jamie Lloyd used to stab her stepmom. Yes. Nazir Khan says, another guess, is there a window in front of you? Nah, there isn't, Nazir Khan. There isn't. There isn't a window in front of me. Wicked Milk says, yeah, in the papers. Wicked Milk, you know what I'm talking about? Apple Ricky said, who's Jamie's dad? Supposedly it's Jimmy Lloyd from Halloween 2. The guy with the afro that was all like trying to talk to Laurie and stuff when she was in the infirmary room. Hey, Wicked Milk, do you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about, right? In Halloween H2O, in the opening credits, towards the end of the opening credits, and those newspaper clippings, you see the bloody scissors. You see the bloody scissors that Jamie Lloyd used to stab her stepmom. They wanted to canonize 4 and 5, but they decided against it. It said in the documentary. Critic Chris says, I read they wanted to keep them canon in H2O because a student brings up Jamie's death and Laurie excuses herself from the class to cry. I don't think that scene was shot. Yeah, you see, you're right. Yeah, that's what I heard too. Critic Chris, that's what I heard too. I heard that shit too, bro. I heard that shit too. Isn't that crazy? If they would have actually freaking had that in the movie, oh, bro, that would have changed the whole direction of everything because John would have now had a motive to go hunting down Michael. and probably a motive to go find where Jamie is buried or buried. You know, she could have been alive for all we know. If anything, Jamie probably faked her own death as well, or something like that. You know, maybe the cult, or they could have just decanonized Halloween 6. I love Halloween 6 so much, but if we wanted to bring Jamie Lloyd back, we would have to decanonize Halloween 6. That'll be cool though if they made another Halloween movie with Jamie Lloyd as the lead. Um, Nazir Khan says, another guest, you got 2 dogs. Yes, of course. Everyone sees my dogs here on my live stream. Nazir Khan. Critic Chris says, I'm just going by what I read. Yeah, I read that somewhere too. I think, no, like I said, I saw it in some documentary. Apple Ricky says, if you did another Halloween 4 fan film, maybe I could play Rachel, but instead of her stepmom, Jamie could stab Rachel. That'll be cool. That'll be cool. Honestly, Rachel was all right, but I think I like Tina more. I think I like Tina more, and I think I like Halloween 5 more. Halloween 4 is cool. It has like the blue lighting, like Halloween 78. But I like Halloween 5 more. I don't know. I just like I like the mask. I like the look of it. Michael's badass. Michael's played by a Native American. Nazir Khan says, be careful. I know everything about you. That's great, bro. That's great. Keep studying me here in my live streams, Nazir Khan. Keep studying me, man. Keep studying me. Be careful. Critic Chris says, Curse of Michael Myers was the worst, in my opinion, in that franchise. Curse of Michael Myers? It was all right. It was fun to watch, but yeah, it's because they killed Jamie, so it was weird. You know? Wicked Milk says, bro, trying to be scary. Yep. But, you know, he tries to do anything, he's going to get his ass fucking... He's going to get his ass handed to him outside in the front porch. Apple Ricky says, how did Jamie get pregnant? Supposedly it was Michael. Bro, who is that Nazir Khan? I don't know. Critic Chris says, the cult had Michael impregnated her. Yup. That's what the cult did. Yeah, but yeah, that's what happened. The cult had her. Well, that's in the producer's cut though. That's in the producer's cut. In the regular cut, of the movie, it's not that's not implied. David Studios, DCJ. I smoke shrooms. I travel to different dimensions. That's badass. That is badass, bro. That is badass. Nazir Khan says, be careful, Wallet, or I know everything about you. Now, that's great, Nazir Khan. You be careful, bro. You be careful, man. You be careful. Just letting you know, you be careful. Ghost Rider says, yo. Ghost Rider Edit says, hey, yo, what the fuck? How the F he know my name? I don't know. Critic Chris says, I can't believe how young Paul Rudd was in that movie. Yeah, he was. Oh, well, bro, that fool's gone. Forget about him. Forget about Nazir Khan. Dumbass fool. Dick, like I showed my room in my videos all over here. Of course, people are gonna know I have a window right there and shit. Ghost Rider Edit says, bro, how did he do that? bro, he probably watched my channel. You fools see my channel too. I've already done videos of me here in my room and stuff. Obviously, I have a window right there. You can see my window in my intro video. There's a shot of me with my freaking happy face mask in front of my window right there. Critic Chris says, I think the cut where Loomis is branded was not shown in theaters, but on TV. Apple Ricky says, what happens in the producer's cut in Halloween 6? A lot of different things. It's kind of different than the regular cut. Jose Gomez says, white women are beautiful. I'm eating pupusas. Yeah, they're cute. They're cute. And yeah, pupusas are good too. Ghost Rider, it says, bro, how did he do that? Let me see. I think the cut where Loomis is branded was not shown in theaters, but on TV. Was it when the thorn comes out on him? Was it? Oh no, yeah. It's not. Yeah, that's why it wasn't shown in theaters because that was in the theatrical cut. In the theatrical cut is when Tommy beats up Michael with the pipe, and then at the end you just see the Michael's mask on the floor and Loomis screaming. But in the producer's cut is where you see him being branded with a thorn after Michael escapes, and I guess freaking Dr. Wynn dies or some shit. Apple Ricky says, what happens in the producer's cut? Like I said, a lot of different things. Jamie Lloyd dies in the hospital. What else? Freaking they show more of the cult at the end. They're gonna sacrifice Kara, the mom of the little kid, but then Tommy comes in and holds the guy hostage, so they let her go. So yeah, it's pretty different. Ghost Rider, it says, nah, bro, unhide him. I'm actually Nazir Khan. It was my uncle's account. Freaking nah, man, come on, Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider, you're a fool, bro. Now, how do I unhide it? I don't know how to do it, bro. You're freaking trolling my troll. Ghost Rider says, that was just joking. Oh, man, I got to figure it out now. Apple Ricky says, there a cult, Jamie and Michael? If there's, tell me about it. Is there a cult? What do you mean a cult of Jamie and Michael? A cult, you mean? A cult? Well, there is the cult of Thorn that Michael belongs to. I don't think there's a cult for Jamie. Maybe there is, though. Ghost Rider Ed says, nah, bro, unhide him. I'm actually Nazir Kanaha. It was my uncle's account. Freaking shit. Hold on. Wait up, bro. How do I unhide people? Wicked Milk says, I mean, be careful with what? What's he gonna do? Crashing your house? I mean, this is America. You can unload a whole mag in this motherfucker if he tries something. Oh, well, we just figured out who it was, Wicked Milk. Wicked Milk, we just figured out who it was. It was Ghost Rider Edit's uncle's account. And now, hey, yeah, it did work on me good, man. Dude, I'm a parent. I get paranoid when someone's starting to threaten me. I'm like, all right, bells start going off. Bells start going off. I'm like, I gotta protect myself. Hey, Wicked Milk, though, we figured out who it was. It was Ghost Rider Edit's uncle's account. But you're right, though. It is America. But here in California, bro, it's crazy. If you harm someone, even if they're breaking into your house, if anything, you're the one who's going to be going to jail. That's crazy, right? Liberal policies. Ghost Rider Edit says, damn, bro, that trick worked on you. It did, fool. I give you props for that shit. Hell yeah. That's some home invasion shit. That shit's scary. Critic Chris says, I only seen the TV ending of Loomis being branded on YouTube. I don't know if it's on official DVD or Blu-ray release yet. It is, bro. It is. I watched. Wait. It's on the producer's cut though. The one with Loomis being branded, it's on the producer's cut though. It's not on the theatrical cut. Wicked Milk says, nah, bro, my bad. Laugh out loud. Ghost Rider Ed says, bro, Wicked Milk is calling me motherfucker. Ghost Rider says, nah, bro, disrespected me. You guys gotta keep it chill, man. Come on. It's just that I take things differently from where I'm from, so that's why I reacted like this. Have a little good joke, though, bro, for real. Yeah, that shit was a fire-ass joke, man. I thought I was going to get swatted or some shit. Critic Chris says, did you hear about Cujo remake being made? Just watch the original YouTube. Yes, I heard about that. That news came out about like 2-3 weeks ago. Yeah, I can't wait for that as well. It's going to be for Netflix. It's going to be for Netflix as well. It's going to be for Netflix. I hope it's as gory, though, and nasty. Critic Chris says that yeah. Apple Ricky says, did you say you were autistic on a live? I'm just wondering. Nah. Someone asked me if I was neurodivergent, and I was like, I probably am. I think I might be. Someone asked me. I guess that's the same thing or something. Ghost Rider Reddit says, now I'm actually gonna airstrike Wicked Milk. This guy. Ghost Rider says, just kidding. Critic Chris says, Netflix. Yep. Yeah, Critic Chris. That Cujo remake or reboot, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is for Netflix. Yeah, it's a Netflix project. Yeah, it's not gonna be like a theatrical thing in theaters. It's gonna be for Netflix. Ghost Rider says, just kidding. Critic Chris says Netflix. Yeah, I said it. He's like, oh shit, Wicked Milk, laugh out loud. Apple Ricky's is official. I seen the movie Cujo. That was wild. Yeah, the movie's sick. I love Cujo because in the beginning he's just an innocent dog, a Saint Bernard, but he gets like this virus and it make him some kind of zombie freaking dog and shit. Ghost Rider says, bro, that trick worked out hard as hell. It did, bro. You're a joker. Hey, Wicked Milk, now I need to find a way to unblock your uncle because I don't know how to do it. Apple Ricky says, how old was Jason when he drowned? When he supposedly drowned? I don't know, probably like 13 or something like that. 12. I'm thinking he was a little older than Michael. Critic Chris says, I won't hold my breath and on it being good. Yeah, bro, it's for Netflix, bro. It's gonna be a Netflix thing. Wicked Milk says, I did, not gonna lie. Wicked Milk says, for real, Cujo's a whole other level. Yeah, bro, Cujo's like, it's because it's really different. It's a slasher dog. How many slasher dog movies do you know? You know? It's really different stuff. That's a different formula. Very different formula. Ghost Rider says, I fooled everyone of you here. Haha. You did, fool. You did. Apple Ricky says, Jason being a lover boy. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Now I gotta find the way. Let me see. Oh shit, I could put a background. Oh, look at that, guys. You guys like that background or what? It's horror. Horror. Hey, look who I'm next to. Look who I'm next to. This is Horror's fucking Sundayz. I'm gonna start doing this. Hey, do you guys like this or what? You guys like the background? Let me know. Let me know, y'all. Let me know, y'all. Do you guys like the background or what? Should I do this more often? Where's Ghostface? I think I gotta move it to the side. Yeah, he's actually a mama's wet boy. Critic Chris says, Zoe gave Cujo a run for its money. Zoe, the dog from Pet Sematary 2. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Pet Sematary 2. Edward Furlong from Terminator 2 was like the main kid in that one, huh? Yep. Pet Sematary 2 was pretty good, too. I think those probably were like, I think there's a 3, huh? I think those were like the best ones. Cemetery 1 and Cemetery 2 with Edward Furlong, John Connor. Ghost Rider laughing my ass off. Critic Chris says, have Freddy versus Jason poster image. Let me see. I'm trying to unblock freaking Ghost Rider Edits his uncle, but I don't know. Those fools are trolling me like they're going to murder me. So I was like, well, I'm going into hiding. The fuck is this? Oh, check this out. The clown. Look, check it out, guys. Who's ready for the clown? Who's ready for the clown, yo? Who's ready for the clown? Who's ready for the clown, guys? I'm uploading the what is it called? The final trailer in a bit after the live stream ends. Wicked Milk says, now that's a background I respect. That's the clown, right? Apple Ricky says, I'm ready, bro. The clown, check it out. I can't believe this is my own character I created. This is like my own freaking slasher that I made. After all the years since I was a little kid of watching slasher movies, I can't believe I created my own original slasher, bro. That's wild. That's wild. Apple Ricky says, imagine Jason saying to his mom, I'm wet. Well, literally, that motherfucker's always in a lake. Of course. Ghost Rider says, oh, you thought I was Osama's son or something? This food. Nah, bro. You don't even look like Osama, Ghost Rider. I seen you on Instagram when you send me a picture of you. You kind of look like me when I was like 14 and I had like long hair like you. You don't even look like Osama, bro. What are you talking about? Critic Chris says, director Mary Lambert said she had plans for a Pet Sematary 3 with Al Creed returning. She said if enough fans reached out to her about it, she'd try to make it. Oh, yeah. So there was only those, huh? That would be badass, bro. That would be... Oh, hey, but wasn't there a remake in 2019? That Pet Sematary remake? I watched it. It was kind of mid, bro. It was shot nice, though. It was shot nicely, but the story was ass. Like the story was I don't know. It was like a remake of the original one. Um, Apple Ricky says that's not what I mean. No, that's not what I mean by Jason being wet. The what? Nah, Apple Ricky, come on. Wicked Milk says pause. Ghost Rider Ed says no. I mean with UNC's account, like I was kind of threatening you. Yeah, you were, bro. You were freaking. You were telling me to watch myself. Apple Ricky says Jason's dreams are always wet. If you know what I mean. Oh man. Well, yeah, bro. That fool was a virgin. That dude is a virgin. That dude is a virgin. That is a virgin. Hey, so guys, I'm gonna upload the trailer for this. Final trailer in a bit. And I'm gonna make a post on it on the community posts. So make sure you go smash the thumbs up once the final trailer goes up for the clown. So what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start putting backgrounds for when we get into different topics. Um, Apple Ricky says just messing around. I know, Apple Ricky. I know it's just funny. We're not just playing around, just joking around. Oh, this one looks cool too. I also got some T-shirts made. But like I said, bro, I went last Monday to get my T-shirt printed, and they haven't hit me up yet. And I really need the T-shirt already to start promoting on Instagram. Well, I want to get shots of my T-shirts and stuff. It's gonna be so awesome. Critic Chris says, yeah, the plans she had originally for Pet Sematary 2 were refused, but she says she can still use those ideas for a third film. Hey, Critic Chris, did you see that remake? The Pet Sematary remake from 2019? Wicked Milk says, yo, Ghost, I'm so glad it was you. Laughing my ass off, I'm not going to lie. I was about to contact the FBI about a possible threat. Damn, nah, bro, you guys got to keep it chill with that shit. Then I'm gonna be on their freaking radar. That's the last shit I want. Ghost Rider Reddit says, I like to fool and manipulate people, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I see it. It was a dirty trick, Ghost Rider. Wicked Milk says, what's Pet Sematary about? Never watched it. It's about literally like this freaking burial ground of pets, and they, you go bury them and they come back to life and shit, or the dead children that die come back to life. Ghost Rider Reddit says, bro, I own FBI. Yeah, FBI. That's just funny. Ah, shit, I say the highlight like a stupid ass. What the hell? Let me see. You guys like this one? The clown? You guys like that one? Critic Chris says, yeah, I didn't like it. I like parts of it were closer to the novel, but overall I didn't like it much. I hated its prequel. Yeah, like I said, it was shot nice. They had some nice shots. The camera work was cool. The story just sucked. Apple Ricky says, Gage Creed was adorable in Pet Sematary. He was good. He was good. Let me see. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, look. Terminator. Oh, I wish I could show more of the movie. Oh, look at that. Hollywood Horror Film Club. Damn, this is cool. I didn't know I could do this until now. I'm a freaking idiot. Why wasn't I doing this before? Oh, check it out, guys. I'm gonna be at this horror convention. I'm gonna be one of the talent there, I guess. What is it called? Halfway to Halloween. It's coming up May. What is it? May. Oh, shit, I don't even have it here. What the hell? Oh, here it is. Yeah, so I'm gonna be at the second annual Halfway to Halloween festival. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, May 2nd through the 4th. I'm going to be media, so I'm going to be documenting the event and stuff with my crew. Apple Ricky says, Jason and Freddy as roommates. That'll be cool. That'll be funny. Let me see. Critic Chris says, Frank, did you notice how Indian burial ground changed between the first and second film? Yeah, it did, right? That was a drastic change, too. It's because I don't know. They always go for like a different look in each film for some reason. I think they should have kept the look from the first movie. Apple Ricky says, "Where's that at?" That's gonna be here in somewhere by Let me see where else is gonna be again. It's gonna be Jurupa Valley, California, Rancho Jurupa Park. It's gonna be it's called. Oh, I don't think you can see it right there, but it's called Second Annual Halfway to Halloween Festival, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, May 2nd and 4th. Rancho Jurupa Park, Jurupa Valley, California. I'm gonna be media there. I'm gonna be media, so I'm gonna be documenting the event, recording it, taking pictures, um, shooting a walkthrough video for my YouTube channel. So pretty much that. I'll probably have a table there too, maybe. Probably have a table there in case someone wants to meet me. So yeah, it should be fun. Ghost Rider Ed says that's how kids or babies react when they discover something. How? Like when you were like freaking trolling me right now. Critic Chris says, I wonder why. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy, right? It's just like in the Halloween 4 and 5, right? Like even though they use the same locations from Halloween 4, the look of Halloween 5 was still different than Halloween 4. It's crazy. Yeah, they always. I don't know. I think it's because like they always switch, probably cinematographers and stuff. Like I don't think they always have the same teams working on the same film. Even if it's a sequel, I think they get new people. Ghost Rider says Wicked Milk really thought I was cyber trafficking. Yeah, dude, that fool. Hey, I appreciate Wicked Milk though. That fool had my back, bro. He was like, what the fuck? Wicked Milk had my back, bro. I really appreciate that, Wicked Milk. You're a real one for that, bro. Apple Ricky says, I can't tell if Jason's fat or muscular. In the in the first, in the second and third Friday the 13th, I think in the second one, he's kind of skinny. He's kind of skinny. He's just tall. He's not as muscular. In the third one, he's a little more. I think he's a little more stocky, a little more buff. His chest puffs out more, and he has a fatter head and neck. I think when he becomes a zombie, that's when he becomes like a freaking bodybuilder. That's when Kane Hodder started playing him. That's when he started looking like a bodybuilder. In the 2009 remake, Jason, he's built, but he's not super buff. He's kind of skinny. He's actually really thin in that movie, Jason. They even say it in the behind the scenes that they wanted him to be more nimble, meaning more skinny, more agile, that he could move around more and run. So yeah, in the 2009 remake, he's more skinnier with a big baggy jacket. Oh, dude, I just love Jason's look in 2009. He looks so grunge with the rips on his knees. Hell yeah. Ghost Rider Reddit says, just kidding, buddy. It's all good, bro. No worries, man. We all had fun. It was still a fun little troll. I was still having fun in my head, wondering who the hell this could be. I'm like, who the F could this be now, So it was still a little fun one. Apple Ricky says, Jason and Michael would be pals. Probably. They'd probably team up and beat up Freddy and Pinhead. Critic Chris says, I wonder if changed after someone uses the burial ground, best theory is I got to why. Probably the spirits maybe, I guess, changed the look of it or something. I gotta start watching Pet Sematary again. Ghost Rider Reddit says he is both muscular and bulky. Yeah, not in the 2009 one, he's not that muscular. If you look at the prosthetics, the actor had a war on his chest. There, cause he I don't know. It's just Jason wasn't as buff in that one. He was buff as hell in Jason Takes Manhattan. That's when that one was huge. Jason Goes to Hell, Jason X, he was all buff. Wicked Milk says Jason running is scary as fuck. That's why I love the reboot. That's why I love the Friday the 13th, the reboot from 2009, bro. Why do you think they made that Jason more skinnier? That's why I keep talking about that. Why do you think they made him skinnier? Because he actually literally runs. In the old ones, he power walks. Shit, he power walks more than Michael Myers. Michael Myers literally just walks. Literally. Jason actually power walks and shit. But in the 2009 reboot, he actually sprints and jogs and shit and runs at you, which is scary. Ghost Rider Reddit says, hey, Wicked Milk. Wicked Milk says, what's up? Ghost Rider Reddit says, you literally got serious about it. Yeah, bro, because I tripped out. I tripped out, Ghost Rider. You tripped me the hell out, bro. Apple Ricky says, Tigger and Winnie the Pooh. Blood and Honey, too. He reminds me a lot of Freddy Krueger. Yeah, he looked trippy, huh? Freaking Tigger. I wonder if they're going to have Eeyore in Blood and Honey 3. They should have more money for a robot horse by then. Wicked Milks, laugh out loud, did bro, huh? But it's all right now. Ghost Rider Ed says, I'm talking about zombie Jason Voorhees. Yeah, zombie Jason Voorhees is buff. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, when he gets resurrected, that's when he's like buff now and shit. He's like bodybuilder style. Yeah, that's the Jason that's the most buff. Because part three is like kind of chunky, but not that buff. He's more chunky in part three, kind of more fat, if anything, than buff. In part two, he's kind of skinny too, and all the Jasons that Kane Hodder plays, they're all buff. Critic Chris says, if anyone meets Kane Hodder at a convention, don't don't bring up him not being casted as Freddy versus Jason. I read he gets upset over that still until this day. Yeah, I heard he was competing for the role back in the day, like 20 something years ago when Freddy versus Jason came out. I heard he was going out for the role as well. He lost it to Ken Kersinger, the Canadian stunt guy, who surprisingly is crazy. Like I said last time, Ken Kersinger also was in Jason Takes Manhattan. He plays one of those waiters or one of those cooks when Jason is chasing that couple into the freaking restaurant. Remember? And then the girl signals to him. They're like, "Oh shit, there's a crazy guy in here." So that waiter guy that goes over to Jason, and then Jason tosses him over the counter. That's Ken Kersinger, who ended up playing Jason Voorhees and Freddy vs. Jason. Hey, I thought he was a badass Jason too, bro. For a long time, Ken Kersinger was my favorite Jason. For a long time before the remake, I really loved the Freddy vs. Jason look on Jason. But now looking back on it, like the boots are too high. He looks like Frankenstein and shit. I like the 2009 one the best. Yeah, but for sure, I'm never gonna ask him that if I ever meet him at a convention. Ghost Rider Edit says the most stocky, bulky Jason Voorhees is part 9. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree as well, brother. Also, Jason Goes to Hell. Jason Goes to Hell was pretty buff in the beginning when he gets freaking what is it, ambushed by the fucking, what is it, the CIA or the army or whatever the fuck you call those motherfuckers. Yeah, dude, he's pretty. Jason X, he's pretty buff too though. In Jason X, Ghost Rider says, "Bro got scared, huh? Well, I can actually do something if I want, haha." This guy, Apple Ricky says, maybe I could be in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan film. I could be like one of the kids that warn people about Leatherface. Yeah, definitely. I could see that. Like Jebediah in the 2003 remake. Ghost Rider Reddit says, just kidding. I hope so, man. Wicked Milk said, I wouldn't say scared, just concerned. Ghost Rider Reddit says, scared, maybe ego scared. It is a type of scared. Wicked Milk says, the whole Friday dispute ruined everything, not gonna lie. The whole Friday dispute. Oh, dude, it's hot in here. Critic Chris says, FBI. Apple Ricky says, my brother is named Kane, like Kane Hodder. That's crazy. That is crazy. Damn, dude, my back hurts sitting here. That's crazy. Ghost Rider Reddit says, Wicked Milk. What kind of name is that? Wicked Milk. The Friday the 13th game was hype when it came out. Yep. Too bad the servers aren't up anymore. Right? Too bad the servers aren't up anymore. I heard they went down. But yeah, I was there for the Friday the 13th game. The game that's still the ones that are still around are the Texas Chainsaw ones, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre servers are still up, but not the Friday the 13th ones. Apple Ricky says, and he was Jason for Halloween in 2022. He just had a sweater and a hockey mask. That's cool. That's cool. You should have helped him make his costume a little better. Wicked Milk says, Ghost Rider edits, you wouldn't get it. Ghost Rider edits is scaring people today, bro. Ghost Rider edits is scaring people today. Scaring motherfuckers. Critic Chris says, laugh out loud. Hey Peacock, can do TV show The Bridges Paramount Films to Jason Goes to Hell? Jason having a killing spree on his way to Crystal Lake with FBI and bounty hunter hunting him down. Oh yeah, I get you. Yeah, they should, huh? But isn't Peacock already doing the Crystal Lake series though? I heard it's gonna be like a prequel before the Friday the 13th movie. Ghost Rider Edit says, "Oh, you mean Art the Clown's milk?" Ah, nasty. Wiki Milk says, "Nah." Wiki Milk says it's in a anagram actually. Ghost Rider Edit says that's that an expired milk. That's funny, yo. That's funny. Critic Chris says, "Yeah, they could do it after the series. Yeah, definitely. That is a good idea, bro. What you just said right there. How Peacock could do a show that bridges Paramount films to Jason Goes to Hell. Yep, that'll be sick. Yeah." Apple Ricky says, "You need to make more Friday the 13th fan films. I want to be in one." Yep, we should. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're gonna start doing more Jason stuff here too as well. Like I said, we're making this 2009 one, but eventually I want to make one that's like in the 80s though. You know, Apple Ricky. So this one, obviously, the 2009 one is obviously gonna take place in 2009, 16 years ago or 17 years ago, whatever. But eventually, I do want to make another Friday the 13th fan film in the timeline of maybe the fourth movie, you know? Maybe the fourth movie, something set in the 80s, you know? So I could go to the thrift store and buy a bunch of 80s looking clothes and stuff and costumes. Yeah, but after Friday the 13th, I'm gonna be doing Richard Ramirez, Night Stalker, the writer from the guy who wrote the script is actually gonna be coming to LA this summer so we could shoot the freaking film. I'm gonna be playing Richard Ramirez, which is gonna be crazy. That's gonna be wild as hell. I'm gonna be wearing a wig. That's gonna be interesting to do. I'm actually pretty pumped up for this project. It's gonna be set in the 80s, and then after that, we're gonna hopefully get to do Halloween 2007 fan film. Um, Apple Ricky says, "What would you want me to play in Friday the 13th fan film?" I know, like some teenager or someone who gets killed by Jason or some shit. You know. Or maybe or you could be like the girl version of Tommy Jarvis, you know? You kill Jason at the end, and maybe you're gonna be the next Jason, you know, Apple Ricky? Who knows? I gotta write the script first. Ghost Rider, it says Frank's reaction when I said Art the Clown's milk. Yeah, bro, that just sounded gross. I was like, "Ugh." Oh, bro, come on. I was like, come on. That's just nasty. Apple Ricky said I could play young Jason. That too. That too. Apple Ricky, you could play different roles. For young Jason, we would have to put like freaking bald cap and makeup on your face, so that wouldn't even you wouldn't even be using your real face. Then we could take the makeup off and then give you some 80s looking clothes, and then you could play also someone that gets killed by older Jason. See, you could play different roles, Apple Ricky. You don't have to just get stuck in one. Like I said, you could play young Jason. Just put a bald cap on your head, get a Camp Crystal Lake shirt. You know, there you go. You could play young Jason in a few scenes, and then later on, you could also play some other character. You know. Critic Chris says, I read they did a comic series that explains why the bounty hunter was after Jason. Jason killed his girlfriend, and FBI was on him as he walked his way back to Crystal Lake to the events of Jason Goes to Hell. That's sick. That makes it make more sense than in the beginning of the movie where they're just freaking waiting for him. You know, that actually gives it more context. Wicked Milk, laugh out loud. Yeah, bro, I was pretty disgusting. Uh, Ghost Rider says the sentence is more gory and disgusting than the entire Terrifier franchise. The sentence? I gotta check that out. I gotta check that out. Wicked Milk says drinking expired milk would definitely be something Art would do, though. You think so? I think he would feed it to someone. I don't think Art is that stupid. I think Art knows better and probably. Oh yeah, but you know what? Art is like supernatural, huh? So it don't even matter. Yeah, he could do that. What is it called? The sentence? The sentence movie? Wicked Milk. Oh, Apple Reiki says I could go in the water and act like I'm drowning. Yep, that'll be cool. That'll be sick as hell. Wicked Milk says, and then spitting it like he did with the beer and teeth in Terrifier 3. Yeah, that shit'll be funny. Yeah. Ghost Rider Reddit says, nah, I mean his milk is worse than the expired one. Wicked Milk says, laugh out loud facts. Ghost Rider Reddit says, no, the sentence of the art the clown's milk. Oh, I thought it was a movie called The Sentence, but now I got a title for an original movie. Um, Critic Chris says, hot in here. Feel like I want to take cold shower. Yeah, it is hot in here too, bro. It's starting to get hot as hell. Here in LA, it's already hot as hell, bro. It's like summer here already. Apple Ricky says, would you add Pamela Voorhees? Probably. That would be cool. I would have to find an old lady, though, a white old lady, or someone, though, at least looks white and old. Someone wrinkly. It looks like a prune. Yeah, that would be cool. Doing the head chopping scene, a flashback scene. That would be cool. Apple Ricky says, Jason's story is pretty sad. It is, yeah. Jason's a victim, bro. Jason's a victim. Jason Voorhees is a victim. Ghost Rider Reddit says, who is the most funniest, wildest guy here? Ghost Rider freaking won today, that title. Ghost Rider, right here, Ghost Rider. He's the prankster of all pranksters today. He is the prankster of all pranksters. He's over here saying he's going to crawl through my window. Ah, now it makes sense. Now it clicks, Ghost Rider. Now it clicks. You know why? Because earlier you were asking me, what would I do if you came into my house? And then the whole trolling started. And then I realized, hey, now it makes sense. You were preparing me for all this. You were preparing me for all this. That's why you asked me, what would you do if I crawled through your window and came into your house? You're getting ready to troll me, huh? Ghost Rider, yeah, but yeah, Ghost Rider, you're the wildest guy today, fool. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. Critic Chris says, and Jason Lives, wonder why Jason was moving closer, the little girl, like he was doing. I know, right? Isn't that when the little girl's in the room pretending to sleep and Jason's watching her? Apple Ricky says Jason was made fun and the counselors didn't give a shit about him because some little shits were making fun of him. Well, yeah, dude. He was getting punked. Amira says, hi. What's up, Amira? How you doing? How you doing? Please smash the thumbs up right there. Please smash the thumbs up right there. Get us up to 24, please. Wicked Milk says, what's up? Amira says, what is the movie? Friday the 13th. We're all talking about Friday the 13th right now. Critic Chris says, yup. Ghost Rider says, I will fool in person one day. All right, guys. We got 2 more minutes. We got 2 more minutes, and I'm cutting the live stream at 7, all right? So if anyone's got any last questions, ask them now. We got 1 more minute left. We got 1 more minute live, and I'm cutting the live stream at 7, guys. So you guys got any more last questions, ask me now. Ghost Rider, it says, I will fool you in person one day. One day, hopefully I meet you guys at a meet and greet or some shit. I'm going to be at this event, so. Wicked Milk says, trailer countdown. Yeah, hey, yeah, I'm gonna post up the final trailer for The Clown, but it's going to premiere until next Thursday, all right? So look out for that, guys. Look out for that. You guys got any last questions? Ask them now, because I'm cutting the live at 7. Apple Ricky says, did Jason kill the little girl when she was pretending to sleep? No, he doesn't. He just walks out of the room, and then she wakes her up. Then she opens her eyes, and he's gone. Critic Chris says, Jason is probably the best do-gooder than any slasher. Michael, Freddy, etc. proven they'd kill kids. Yeah, Jason is like, but who knows now, bro? Jason's mom kills kids. But yeah, I'm already in your house. Crazy, bro. All right, thank you so much, guys. Hollywood Horror Film Club, Ghostface and Michael Myers Collectors, for joining me here on another live stream here on the channel for Horror Sundayz episode 16. Like I always say, please smash the like and subscribe button. It really helps out in the algorithm. Smash the bell notification to be notified when I go live or upload new videos here on the channel. Hit the comments below. Share these videos with everyone you know. Follow us on Instagram. Link down in the description of this live. You want to leave a donation to the channel, Cash App link down in the description of this live. If not, just keep smashing the thumbs up. And remember, I got a New Myers Monday video coming out tomorrow, mask review. And I'm going to be uploading the final trailer for The Clown tonight. So make sure to go smash the thumbs up on it. And let me see. Critic Chris says, well, little kids I meant. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I never seen Jason do that. Wicked Milk says he's in your wardrobe, Frank, like Michael Myers. Ghost Rider says peace out, take care. Ghost Rider. Chris says night, Frank. Ghost Rider says shh. Wicked Milk. Wicked Milk says he's stealing your pajamas. Hey, take care, guys. I'll see you guys Horror Sundays, all right? I mean Horror Sundays, Horror Talk Wednesdays. Hope to see you guys. Take care, everyone. RIP to Frank because something is going to happen after the stream. All right, bro. Take care.